How you doing?
How you doing?
So today I'll be talking about the people we meet on vacations. As you know, this is a book adaptation turned into a movie. Okay? So the book came out in whatever it came out, and the movie came out this year on Netflix. There's a lot of discourse if that this book should have actually been turned into a series rather than a movie because of the timelines. Anyway, so I watched this movie I think a few days after it came out, if not the day after or something. So that was a while ago, like almost a month ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. So I don't remember exactly what happened. But I'm gonna go off my memory. Plus it was boring for me.
Squidward.
I really didn't care for it. And I did read the book, but I only read it, I think I stopped reading it after I think the second vacation. I don't know. Okay, so anyway, let's get it going. Let's hope I can remember it as best of my abilities. Because if I didn't, I don't. So the story starts with the people who I meet on vacation. It starts with Poppy, the main character, the protagonist, who's telling us about her recent trip to wherever she was going. She fantasizes about like, oh, because sometimes you go on vacation by yourself and like you go with other people, you get I don't know, she said she gets a fling, and then she laughs at someone else's conversation with the couple sitting right next to her, and she laughs at a joke that the girl made, and she
Bombastic side eye. Criminal of
Traveler. Parents play.
bombastic side eye.
like sorry at the bar, and then she gets a fling. So she's just fantasizing how a vacation technically should go, especially if you're single, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember what she said there. Okay, so as she's going there, then we are shown her apartment. Pretty basic, empty, there's no food in the fridge. Sad. She was talking to a parent or a friend or someone
one shriveled
at the apartment, saying that she feels like she doesn't want to do this job anymore, right? So her job is, she's a traveling person. So she does traveling for a living, then she writes it down in a newspaper, traveling newspaper or something like that, and give people recommendations about the place and what to do and stuff like that. So that's her job. So, and she's always wanted a job like this, ne? She has dreamt. So she's basically living her dreams. Like a lot of us, when we're young, we're like, oh, all I wanted to do is travel. All I wanted to do is travel. But now she's desensitized and she feels like she doesn't want to do it anymore. Anyway, so that's the present moment, I think. So anyway, we go back to the past now. We meet Alex. And that's how it goes, right? Okay, yeah, wait. I'm going to use Google for this because I don't remember what happened. Then she has a friend named Alex that they haven't spoken in the past 2 years due to a fight that they had in the previous vacation, the last vacation that they had together. But we don't know that yet, right? So she calls Alex because Alex's brother, the gay guy, he marrying a gay man, is getting married in Paris or something. I don't remember.
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on? Well, I'm getting married in Barcelona.
Yeah, I heard that. Congratulations.
Yeah, why haven't you RSVP'd?
So because I haven't talked in 2 years, she's hesitant to go to the vacation. And then we backtrack to the first day they met. I don't know if she was his Uber or something like that, but they were riding, where were they going? I don't remember where they were going.
Thank you so much again for the ride, by the way. You're so much better than taking the bus. Also, I cannot believe there's another person here from Linfield, Ohio.
If you go back to the first time they met, they get into a car. We find out with Poppy's very talkative and stuff, and Alex is the opposite, subdued, boring, non-approachable. You don't know how to, and he wears all black and he has black hair. Okay, sure. Wait. So they have that ride. I don't know where they're going. Honestly, I don't remember. And then they stop a garage, gas station, if you will, to get food and stuff like that. She did hit a breakthrough when they were talking about something that they were talking about. I don't remember what it was. So as she was going inside to get some cold drink or something like that, she leaves the car, she closed, and he also exits the car as well to put in some petrol gas. And then they find out they also acknowledge, they locked the keys in the car. I was like, oh no, what's gonna happen now? So they wait for AAA to come. It takes the whole day. It becomes night. My thing is, why didn't he just break into your own car? AAA is expensive and they won't come to you immediately. But anyway, so they go to a motel that they rent for the day, for 2 months the next day, and they shockingly only one room is available with one bed. So Alex decides to sleep on the floor, on the ground, on the floor, and Poppy on the bed, and then they talk about work or something. I don't know. They talk about whatever they talk about and how she got the nickname Loose Poppy, something Poppy.
He told everyone that I blew him the next 3 years. It's Porny Poppy.
And then they talk about Gucci, his parents or his mom or his father passed on or something like that. So that's their bonding experience and how living in a small town, whatever that is. Whatever that means. Okay, and then whilst they were also in that motel, he has a girlfriend with Alex, so the girlfriend calls him, and he's on the phone with also her friend from home. As cut, the friend in the book played a significant part and Lana nothing. So anyway, she talks to the girlfriend and says, no, I'll be sleeping on the floor, relax. I don't think the girlfriend has met Poppy yet here, obviously. So then they have that conversation in the bed. Anyway, then the following year, and then the next vacation, we go, did I go to the present moment after this? I don't know. Right? I forgot. The next vacation, I think they have 4 total vacations, né? I think 4. And the next vacation, they go to a camping site where I think Alex broke up with his girlfriend at this point, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not quite sure. But Poppy is not in a relationship, so they're going to this camping site. With this movie, I feel okay. I'll get to that thought. Anyway, they get to this camping site and then they do this. Poppy has a connection with the camp Watts director or something like that, and Alex goes skinny dipping and then they take his clothes. Rude and mean. It's not necessary. And they laugh it off and stuff, and then, hey, sorry for ruining this trip and sorry for ruining whatever, but it's fine. So he's getting used to his relationship with her and also starting to get loose, right? And then we go back to the present. To the present, we find out that she was on the treadmill, on the cycle school class thing, and she talks to her friend. She talks to her friend on the phone, and then she calls Alex. Because, hey, Alex, I don't think I can make it today because I have to work. And mind you, she doesn't have to work. And the brother called Poppy to invite her to the wedding. So that's the thing. She said she will make it, she will not make it. She doesn't know because she's afraid to see Alex. She calls Alex by mistake. And she's like, no, but I can't. But then she changes her mind. Yeah, but I have a vacation work trip in Barcelona, Paris. So, oh, okay. So maybe I can come to the wedding.
Bombastic side eye.
Okay, girl. And then, so now she has to go, but she's disguising it as I have to go. It's part of work, but I'll just go down back. Okay, girl. Sure. So that happens, and then Alex picks her up at the airport doing her things.
And if you keep it tight, then I'ma come fighting you. And then it's done about.
She be dancing. Oh yeah, I'm using Google. Oh yeah, okay. And then awkwardly unite. So they get to Barcelona. It's very awkward because they haven't seen each other in 2 years, and something happened in that. So they meet at the airport, and they take her back. And then we go back to another trip, which is they go to New Orleans. So as they go to New Orleans, that's the vibey one, the vibey trip. So they get there, they party, it's a vibey situation. So as they go to a bar, they are having fun, they want to dance, and then there's a couple, I think an elderly couple or something, like, oh hi, how are you? They approach them, and she decides to let them pretend to be a couple and tell people, okay, we're a couple, this is our honeymoon, and how he proposed and how he got married and stuff, right?
It was a work trip, cheeky monkey. And then he got down on one knee, and the rest is a blur.
Not awkward, ne? Then this is actually the time where the movie shows us, there might be some feelings here,
Got me in my feelings.
right? But it's not really well presented, okay? So they are dancing, and then this little sparky spark there with a lot of like dancing, if you call that dancing. So y'all, I feel like these vacations don't feel like work vacations. I think they're just vacations, because in the book with I read half, and I didn't even half a little bit. In the book, it does emphasize that I think during this trip, I think during this trip where they got rained down, and then they had to take photos of the place, and she lost the camera or something like that. So there were some mishaps, but it did emphasize that she was working while they were on these vacations together, but she was working. In this movie, they don't show us that she's working. They just show, it makes it seem like they are just meeting every year to go on a vacation together as friends who have feelings for each other secretly. But in the book, it does emphasize that she's working, and not in every trip, I don't think, but in the beginning of the few trips, it is emphasized that she's working. She takes photos, then she comes back and debriefs with a friend, and then she writes an article, and then on to the next trip. Lana, it doesn't seem like that. It really doesn't seem like that. It seems like they're just friends going to meet each other once a year and going on vacation and coming back and living their both lives, right? And I do also feel like this movie is purely on her point of view, which I guess. Okay. There's a lot. Okay, anyway, so they go back. Okay, then there's another vacation where, did they go back to the present out of this one? Yeah, they go back to the present. Then they go to the airport. Like he said, like I said, she takes them to the airport, and they go to that apartment that they go to, and they try to fix it up a little bit because it's a dingy apartment. As they're doing that, we go back to another one where she fell ill. And I think he was single by this point.
Fever, and I have never felt so
I think
sick
he was
in my
single. I'm not
entire
sure.
life.
But she falls ill with something, so she didn't go to the next trip. You see what I mean? It's work. It's work, but they don't make it seem like it is. They make it seem like they just planned this between friends. But she falls ill, then he goes alone in this vacation.
But you're supposed to be in Norway.
What's the point of being in Norway if you're not there?
Back to the present, we go to a rehearsal dinner, and the rehearsal dinnering, it's awkward again, and then they go back to the apartment. They have a little tissy in the road there at night. Safe. She does it. Says, "Good say, I wish we can go back to where we were 2 years before this happened." Blah 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 blah, and then we go back to the past. Okay, and then 2 years ago, that's the thing where the shit hit the fan. So they go to this vacation. What vacation it was? They don't say where they go. So they go on this vacation. I'm cheesy because I don't remember the movie, and it was boring.
Wait.
So they go on this vacation. Poppy is also in a relationship, and Alex is back with his girlfriend from the very beginning. So they've been on and off. She's a placeholder for Pops.
Wait.
So they go there. It's kind of like a couples thing. Like I said again, it doesn't seem like she'd be working here. So they play games, they ask each other things. I think this is the first time the girlfriend has met Poppy in person, but she knows who she is. She doesn't feel all the way comfortable with her being in his life. Who can be, I don't know, So they conversate, they go to their respective ways at night, and then she calls Alex down at night to tell him she might be pregnant.
Negative.
Okay, girl. You tell your best friend, but you don't tell the person that you're sleeping next to, which you might be pressing. You rather go tell your best friend, who's with his girlfriend, by the way, is on the same trip, instead of the person that you came the trip with, so you can come together.
Bombastic side eye.
Okay. And then they made it seem like the significant others also might have a connection. But anyway.
Bombastic.
Poor writing, isn't it? So he tells them the almost kiss, I think, if they don't. And then he's like, what are you doing? I was like, babes, you're also part of this. Why are you only blaming her? And she's like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And then he's like, I don't know what transpired. I don't know what they say to each other.
What am I to you?
My best friend. I don't want to ruin that.
What?
And then he said, this is the last trip we take together. I don't want to see it. This is the last trip together. Okay. Like, you pay for the trip. This is her work trips. She invites you to these trips. It's not your idea. But apparently, he makes it seem like this is our last trip together.
I think this is our last trip together.
Okay, whatever. I like. You don't make a movie. You never told me in the past 6-7 years. Oh, now you're gonna make it my fault that you like. Hello. Anyway, in this movie, they don't make it seem like they have like feelings for each other very much.
Kiki, do you love me?
It's very confusing. This movie is very confusing, especially if you didn't read the book. It can be a very confusing time because, like, how can we move from one vacation to boo, I have feelings for you? Hello? Make that make sense. Anyway, the next day, after it was a false alarm, she was never pregnant because she wasn't, obviously. He comes back engaged to this girl. What stupidity is this? And she not being happy, he not being happy, she excited, he confused but happy for them. But okay, she be engaged, they be engaged, the trip is over. Come back to the present side. The present side, they have an argument. She was going to the apartment. He decided to come back with her because she's like, we will never ever becoming friends again. And then she comes back, and then we find out that he was not married. He did not get married to that girl that he was engaged to, which he wasn't supposed to be engaged to in the first place. I think he does reveal what the reason why they broke up is because she be selfish. She be like,
please don't tell me you broke up because of me. Alex, tell me, y'all did not break up because of me.
I was like, oh my gosh, of course it was you, because of you. Should that be romantics? I don't think it was romantics. And then she gets all flustered, like, oh my gosh. And she opens the window and it be raining. I don't think when they came into the apartment it was raining, but okay, it was raining. And then they have this rain thing and this unnecessary rain thing that they have where everything needs to be amplified and more dramatic by being under the rain. in full-on clothing and hair. I was like, white people, like, don't you take care of your hair? Like, and okay, they have this whole thing and then they kiss under the rain. Okay, romantic, I guess. I don't think so, but anyway, it has to be rain. So as they're doing that, I like the shots where when she's in front of the camera, drizzle to no water in her face, but when he's in front of the camera, water on her face, water on his face. It's crazy. It's like, it's not matching. Make it match. Make it match. But he ain't matching. So we get that, and then they do. We are tingling. They do the things that needs to be doing when you're intimate with each other. Then the following day they go to the wedding, and then they do the reception after, and they have the conversation, they dance, and then she's like, oh my gosh, I just need more time. I just need more time. We're not dating yet. I just need more time.
I'm sorry if I need a little time to just think things through.
And she was like, the guy was like, oh, Yazini.
I am done chasing you anymore. Why are you always running away?
Blah, 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 blah. And then you think that now all of a sudden, just because you did the intimateness, now she has to give up her own life. You don't know what you want. Shut up, bitch. Shut up. Hobatum. just because, like, hello. And then he leaves her, and then she's sad, and then she writes a chirp about whatever, a story about the boss. I think apparently that, oh yeah, I do remember that scene where she goes back home, right? She be heartbroken, and then she does come in contact with ex-fiance Alex, that girl. I don't know, she works at the airport or something, I'm not sure. And then she gives her this whole speech and why she actually didn't like her, and then she apologized, and then they move on. Oh, excuse me. As she goes back home, she does this whole, right, she writes an essay about her work, and that she's deciding to quit her job, and I don't know what she's going to be doing now, but she's deciding to do that. Okay, yeah, and then that's it. And then she has epiphany, and then she goes to Alex's house, and while she's there, when she arrives, Alex was about to go run. And you know, if you've watched the movie, that she hates to run. Like, I hate to run. So as he's taking off, she's cocoting and he's not answering, and she doesn't see that he's running, he's preparing to run. At this very moment, my mind was like, I'm gonna wait for you to come back here, especially when she sees him run. I was like, I hate to run, right? So I'm not going to be running after him. I'll just wait for him to come back, honestly, and then we'll talk. Or I will just call him, because obviously he has his headgear thingy on, so he has his phone with him, right? Or a watch that has hello, you know what I mean? But no, because she hates to run, and she mentions it in the earlier movie that, oh my gosh, I hate to run.
I hate running.
She runs after him. Oh, how romantic is this? That she's doing the one thing that she hates for someone that she loves. Oh my gosh, isn't this romantics? Okay, I don't know what she deem romance. And then she finally catches up with him. She is a fantastic runner. Anyway, and she runs after him. They do the whole, I love you, hey, I miss you, hey, I'm finding a footsack. And they kiss in the streets. I think that's the end of the movie. Is it the end of the movie? But the next summer, oh yeah, they do live together. Yeah, but the next summer they live together now. In some movie so fast. Yeah, but they live together in New York City, settle into their life, including vacationing as a couple. Oh, where do they get the money to vacation? Because all those vacations they went together as friends were paid for by her boss and her company. Hello. But anyway, yeah, that's the end of the movie. I don't know how true is it based on the material, but it is. I found this movie boring. I am sorry, this movie is boring. I found this movie boring. It was not entertaining. That's why I don't remember a lot of the specifics. That's why I went on Google or Wikipedia to refresh the timeline, because it was boring. It's just I couldn't finish the book because I got bored, and I don't like reading on the screen. I rather have the book. And I had so many moments that I could have, but I just don't want to. But yeah, it was boring. I didn't care for it. It was confusing. The timelines were rushed, so the romance didn't feel like anything to me. So by the time they had the intimacy for the first time and that love thing that they usually do in these movies, by the end, I felt absolutely nothing, because I didn't care for this relationship. I did not care. I did not care for this relationship, honestly. I was not invested emotionally. I didn't care for these people, but I like the actress, and especially that scene, that airport scene was fire to me. I enjoyed that one, you know, when you just like dancing, you don't care what people are saying about you behind your back while you're doing it the most. Who cares, right? Yeah, I don't think they gel well personality wise, but anyway, they end up living together after a year later. Imagine how realistic is that? Yeah, boring. B with the capital boring. B with the capital boring. It's boring. Anyway, yeah, that's people what we meet on vacation, I guess. Enjoy. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.